Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast. Colt Podcast, real takes, no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Draft is over. We had some surprises, not too much early on, but kind of surprised in some of the positional takes. I think we're going to talk more about next episode. The biggest thing we're talking about this episode, though, is a quarterback. They drafted a quarterback. I told you they wouldn't do it. You told me they would. You're right. I'm wrong. You're good looking. I'm ugly. You're whatever. You know how it
Young,
goes. Okay?
handsome,
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Listen, here's the
Yeah.
deal. They took it was a 6th round draft pick, so
Yep.
not really threatening to our
Yeah.
current regime, right or wrong?
Right. And what's funny about it is if you would probably, and again, I didn't do too many mocks on quarterbacks because I didn't think they were going to draft him. But if you probably put what was his ceiling, it probably would be like Daniel Jones, maybe Anthony Richardson would be his ceiling, which is interesting because this is the first time I think in Shane Steichen's tenure here with the Colts, he's had 3 quarterbacks that pretty much play the same style, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we've got 3 quarterbacks who all run better than they pass.
Yeah.
It's an interesting pick. I like the pick.
Yep.
We
Yep.
lost Sam Ellinger, obviously, and
Yeah.
he's kind of that mold. I'm a Notre
Yeah.
Dame fan. I watched their run this year. Riley was a big part of that, and
Yeah.
high character guy, great
Yeah.
teammate. It seems
Yeah.
gritty. He wants to win.
Yeah.
Average at best passer, but he's going to
Yeah.
run the ball hard. Now, he's got a small frame. I think he's like 220 pounds or less. So for a runner, that's not
Yeah.
super exciting. But, when you get to the 6th round, and if you could draft a person who could be working the practice squad and be in the quarterback meeting rooms and help watch tape and help study who's intelligent, that's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, I think what you point out, and again, he is light. The good thing he's 6'4", so he's big. He can put on weight. Okay, whether that affects his running style or not. The things that you listed again is important. Okay, I don't think he's reckless. I don't think he's going to cause drama. I don't think he's going to try to play hero ball, which are good things. But I think the fact is that if you watch some of those Notre Dame games, teams were basically saying, "We dare you to throw the ball."
Yeah.
And he was throwing it to some degree, but he had very favorable matchups to throw the ball, and still kind of struggled in that area. So, but like you said, 6th-round pick, you're looking at something good. He's very athletic. He's a good runner. He's tough, I would say, which might be important considering with the Colts. I think both these quarterbacks, Daniel Jones and Richardson, both have had histories with injuries. So there's a chance he might be getting some action sooner than we believe. But you don't think he's really the future, right?
No, I don't think so. But I'll say this, man.
You want him to be. You want him to be. I know. I could tell that Notre Dame boy in you wants this guy to be the future.
I'm a Golden Domer. I like. I can't say I'm a Golden Domer, but I watch the Golden Domers play. And here's the deal. You watch these stories, Mr. Relevant, Brock Purdy. He reminds me of Brock Purdy, honestly. Do you hate Brock Purdy?
No, I don't.
Do you know anybody who hates Brock Purdy?
Right.
Maybe the occasional 49ers fan.
Yep.
But from the outside, such a likable guy. Just seems to do everything the right way. Limited in arm talent. Limited as a passer. But you never know when these guys get in the league, and if they can get the right fit schematically and the right players, you added Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, and Michael Pittman, you never know. Now, that said, a lot would have to probably go wrong for him to see playing time. We'd have to see Anthony Richardson either get hurt or completely bomb to get benched again.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones would probably have to just get hurt or something. And then on top of that, he's going to be competing with Jason Bean, who I kind of liked in the preseason last year. In my opinion, Jason Bean looked better in the preseason than Anthony Richardson did. I'm kind of a Bean guy, too. Now, if any of these guys see the field, I don't know. It's going to be bad.
What percentage of Colt fans actually think that Riley can be the quarterback? You think it's pretty high?
Under 2%. And I bet a lot of them are located near South Bend, Indiana.
That's more optimistic. I was going like 15%. I was thinking everyone loves that, backup quarterback, that new guy, his first preseason game when he's playing against, fifth string starters that aren't even going to play, and he takes off and runs for 30 yards up the middle. Everyone's going to claim him the next big thing. Okay. So that is going to come, but like you said, hey, we're just trying to be rational here a little bit. He's a prospect with maybe down the road he could add something to this team. But again, if we're playing, Riley, Leonard here this season, things have gone bad for the Colts.
The other thing to consider is even if he's a career backup and he's with us for 4 or 5 years,
that's important. Yep.
That's important. You think, I remember Manning when he was in Indy, they called him the Maytag repairman, Jim Sorgi, because he was just never on the field. But Peyton wanted him because what did he do? He was so good in the film room. He helped him prepare. He helped him study. He was smart. And then what happened? Jim Sorgi left the Colts. Where does he go? New York. Plays with the Giants because Peyton put in that reference for Eli, and then he helped Eli in the meeting rooms. Yeah. So somebody like Riley Leonard, who's just a guy who's just going to help build the team morale, help the quarterback room, bring that positive energy, and maybe help Anthony Richardson study tape. I mean, that all that stuff matters. So we'll see. Sure. I like the pick.
Yeah. Hey, he's an easy guy to root for. He's a fun guy to root for. I think we need that more. In some of these stories we hear, or people running their own podcasts or Twitter accounts, and they're chirping back at fans, and you just like, oh man, I wish he wasn't on my team. This is a guy we can cheer for. So if he works out, man, that'd be awesome. I'd love to be wrong again, and this could be the steal of the draft. But again, let's not get too high hopes here.
Real quick, would you have rather them spend an earlier pick, 4th round pick or something on Shedeur Sanders or Quinn Ewers, who went in the 7th, I think it was?
No. I told you I didn't think any quarterback was going to matter. This year is all about Anthony Richardson. A little bit about Daniel Jones if Anthony Richardson falls short, but at the end of this season, we are going to know if we have a quarterback or we need to draft another one high next draft. That's what this season's all about. Any other distraction to that, any other noise, any other drama to that is not necessary. So I'm glad they stayed away from that.
There you have it, guys. That's our opinion. Take it to the bank. Yep. The Colts took a quarterback. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe he's going to be the next Brock Purdy and take us to the Super Bowl in a couple of years. Hey, if that happens, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on the ride. And we appreciate you watching the Common Colt podcast. And until next time, have a great day.